If you're someone who always puts others first, who feels deeply, who notices when someone's mood shifts before they've said a word, there's a good chance anxiety follows you everywhere. And there's a scientific reason for that. You were never too sensitive. You were never weak. You just have a nervous system built differently, and nobody ever explained what that actually means. In 1997, psychologist Aron identified a trait called sensory processing sensitivity. She found that roughly 20% of the population processes information more deeply than average. More nuance, more emotional data, more awareness of subtlety that most people simply don't register. She called these people highly sensitive persons, and the research that followed changed how scientists understand the relationship between empathy and anxiety. Here's the core mechanism. A highly sensitive nervous system doesn't just feel more, it processes more. Every interaction contains layers your brain reads simultaneously. The tone behind the words, the pause that lasted too long, the expression that didn't match what was said. Most nervous systems filter this out. Yours doesn't. This is extraordinary in many ways. HSPs tend to be deeply empathetic, highly creative, and attuned to meaning that others miss entirely. Researchers consistently found HSPs perform better in environments that reward careful thinking and emotional attunement. But the same depth that makes you perceptive also makes you exhausted. When your nervous system absorbs that much information constantly, in crowds, in conversations, in conflict, it activates your stress response more frequently. Your amygdala, the brain's threat detection system, is getting more inputs to evaluate. More inputs means more alerts. More alerts means more anxiety. And then there's the Fawn response. Therapist Pete Walker identified the Fawn response as a survival mechanism common in people who grew up where keeping the peace meant staying safe. If your home's emotional temperature was unpredictable, your nervous system learned to manage it by becoming attuned to others' needs. Be kind, be helpful, anticipate what people want before they ask. This program doesn't switch off when the threat is gone. In adulthood, it looks like chronic people-pleasing, difficulty saying no, and persistent low-level anxiety that something is about to go wrong, even when everything is fine. Your kindness was never just personality. For many sensitive people, it was a nervous system strategy, a way of staying safe. Understanding this is the beginning of real change. Once you recognize that your anxiety and empathy share the same biological root, deep processing, high sensitivity, you stop trying to fix yourself and start working with yourself instead. The first tool is stimulus reduction, deliberately building low stimulation windows into your day, not scrolling between meetings, not filling every silence. Your nervous system doesn't need more willpower, it needs recovery time. The second tool is distinguishing care from fear. Ask yourself, am I helping because I want to, or am I afraid of what happens if I don't? That question alone begins separating authentic compassion from anxiety-driven compliance. You are not too much. You never were. You have a nervous system that experiences the world at full volume. That is a profound gift when understood, and an exhausting burden when it isn't. Subscribe to Quiet Wiring. Every week, we take the parts of yourself that always felt like problems and show you exactly what the science says instead.